I want to build something
important.
Iconic.
I love the show so much.
Yes.
It's incredible. Oh my God. I went into it not knowing, I think, like the bigger implications that this show would have, and it's also very, very deep. So I'm curious going into this, like, what were your expectations, and what was your understanding of how your characters would fit into the larger MCU?
I didn't really understand it until the end, you know, until we got to the end, and then I was like, okay, cool, yeah, there's room for obviously both of them, but what I love about this show is that there isn't necessarily like, you know, RiRi is obviously she's the hero of the show, but you know, there's a bit of a discrepancy, especially in the beginning, as to who's the villain, who's the hero, like what's happening here, you know, until we get further into the series. But I think that, you know, it was made really clear by the end that there could be a life beyond this show for both characters.
Yeah, for sure. I love your guys' dynamic, and you kind of touched on this, is they are, throughout the show, you are like, who is the hero, who is the villain, who is right, who is wrong, but these two specifically are kind of mirrors to each other in a way. Yeah. So what excited you most about their dynamic?
I think it's just refreshing, honestly, to see. I've been using that exact word, that they really are mirrors of each other, especially now that RiRi's going back home. She's not expecting to be taken on yet another major adventure the way that she was just, you know, moments prior in Wakanda Forever. She's got her guard down a little bit, probably at a moment where it should be at its highest, because the best person to kind of draw her in and get her to, I don't know, just to loosen up the stability of the ground below her is someone who's so similar to her, at least in mindset, at least in ambition, at least in terms of who and how they see themselves living, thinking about what they deserve. And Parker is very much saying to her things that she has been saying to herself. And we kind of get a little bit of that when the show starts, and, you know, she's in the college office and talking about all these things that she wants to do, and here's this guy saying, you should be doing all these incredible things, like, what's going on? So I think it's actually the perfect dynamic.
Yeah, I agree. Anthony, do you think that the Hood has seen Rogers the Musical, which is essentially a parallel of Hamilton in the MCU universe?
That he's seen which one?
Do you know about Rogers the Musical?
Nah, what's that?
It's basically MCU's Hamilton, and it's a musical about Steve Rogers' life.
Where's that?
It shows up in Hawkeye.
Yes, it does.
And it's basically Hamilton, but about Steve Rogers.
Yo. That's a mad deep cut. Nah,
it was fabulous, though.
I mean, you said
Hulk is in it.
The Hulk is in it?
I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna get into my spoiler territory, because we MCU fans have been absolute. What is this about?
Anyway, please carry us on.
We MCU fans have been absolute clowns about Mephisto for years and years and years. If I explain this in pop terms, it's like Taylor Swift's Reputation TV. It has dropped within this show. So I'm curious how you found out and what it felt like for you to be the ones to debut this character.
Man, I think it just helped. It just puts yet another battery in the back, you know, to find out that Ironheart is going to be the stage for something as long awaited as that. And I guess it makes sense at this point how long folks have been waiting to see if anything is ever going to happen with that. How long we've been waiting for this series to finally drop since we filmed it. So yeah, it just adds to the excitement and to that you know, wanting to trust that, yeah, like there really is a good story here, and it really can have beautiful and epic implications for the MCU at large.
And then I want to ask you about the mid-credit scene where Parker goes to Zelma.
He goes to the magic shop.
Yes. So where's his mindset mentally in that moment, and what excites you most about the future? I'm just
excited because it's just Parker's not done, right? Like Parker's like, I'm not gonna give up. You know, she won this one, but, you know, I'm gonna find my way back in. I'm gonna find, you know, like that Hood is his identity. You know, that's who he is. That's all. That has become his main identity. He's like, yo, I'm gonna figure out a way to get it back, and I'm gonna hit her where it hurts. So you in or out?